So I have praised highly Mr. Armstrong and for many years lauded Mr. Sharp. Only in the last week has my opponent now, Spike Cohen, come onto my radar screen. So let me catch up a little bit. I like what I read. I like what I hear. And here's why Spike Cohen is a real asset. He's on the radical side, which is something I admire for us at this stage. Now, that is not my personal political bent. I'm more on the conservative side personally. But a libertarian deserves to be out there in every single campaign. Out meaning very not mainstream. It's why his partner, Vermin Supreme, is one of my top 5 for landing the nomination. Okay? It's because attention is needed to grandly reform the system. And if we're grand and maybe too far out for some people, but we're starting to get elected at lower levels, roll with it, baby. And then with more popularity, we can really decide whether this should be a radical party, whether this should be more of a moderated party. Right now, I don't think we get anywhere with moderation. Those who want moderation have Joe Biden. So please stand out there. I am a radical in terms of tactics. And you've probably heard me about some very new and I think very vote garnering tactics. Here's one that I would like to see applied to Spike. Whether nominated for VP or not, run for the Georgia Senate seat. There's actually 2. There's actually 2 Senate seats in Georgia up in November. Purdue, expiration of a regular term, and Kelly Loeffler has a consecutive voting because she was squeezed in by her governor. If she wins in 20, Loeffler's going to be up again in 2 years to run for a term of her own in 2022. So, Spike, you got a golden chance to go at this woman on principle 2 times in a short period of time. If you're nominated for VP, do both, okay? There might be an issue of qualifying if you win on both. What a blissful situation that would be. Kelly Loeffler is going to be up twice. If she wins this race in 2020, a new term would start for her because she was a appointee in 2022. So, Spike, you got 2 good chances. Now, run even as you're running for VP. If you're this party's nominee, keep both because the principles that you're going to be campaigning on apply to both. Why not let a nation hear it from a VP nominee, which ought to help your chances of dethroning a sitting U.S. Senator in Georgia? I would love to see that. Look, I want to see every one of the candidates who is in the presidential race and the VP race running for something. I'm running for 2 seats. Running for at least 1 in 2020 or maybe 2022 because I do understand how exhausting 5 to 12 months in some cases has been for y'all. Let's be out there. Spike, I applaud your good work so far, your sentiments. See you on the hustings. I'm Mark Stewart.